Welcome to the D Event Center for high school rewinds coverage of the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament. Brought to you live on live.ksl.com, DeseretNews.com, and anytime on Xfinity On Demand, our first round matchup and tonight's matchup, Hillcrest Huskies and the Layton Lancers. Welcome everybody, Dusty Lister with you, so glad to have you along with us. We've got an interesting game here between Layton and Hillcrest. Hillcrest got into this game, number 3 seed out of Region 3, and this is a team led by Tanner Thompson, a do-it-all quarterback on the football field, and outstanding player on the basketball court as well, or averages over 12 points per game. He's had to step up and play very, very well for Hillcrest to have a chance to get to Layton. The Layton Lancers were on an absolute roll throughout the season until late in the region year, where they dropped 2 consecutive games of Viewmont, and then Tuesday night against Davis. It'll be interesting to see how Layton bounces back down the state tournament and what they do. Jerice Blackman, as he goes, the Layton Lancers go, and he's had to have a big game tonight to really get Layton into, or to propel Layton to the second round and get another game against Bingham, which they won earlier in the year. But Jerice has got to step up and play very well tonight. There's some other pieces which we'll talk about throughout the game. You know, our teams, our players, and a couple of keys to look out for. When we come back, it'll be opening tip-off. You are watching high school rewinds coverage of the 2015 5A State Tournament only on Xfinity On Demand.
In the jump circle, number 33, Stockton Ashby, and number 2, Jerice Blackman. Hillcrest, Layton, are you ready? Let's play 5A championship basketball.
Let me jump it up with Jerice Blackman winning the tip for the Layton Lancers. And a chance to see this Layton Lancer team, as we mentioned, come off that disappointing loss against Davis just a few nights ago. Blackman down the lane. Wasn't home for Jerice. Jerice was expecting him to lob it. A hard pass will go the other way. So down the floor with the Hillcrest Huskies. Cross court to Cade Revel. Goes off his hands. And we'll go the other way with Layton. In the corner to Dallin Watts. Up top, Blackman. Inside out to Jerice Blackman. A little too antsy there. He was ready to move without the ball. Jerice steps inside the arc, kicks out to Watts. Watts will back it out. Deep three from Jerice off the mark. Watts try to tap it out, and it's controlled by Hillcrest on the push now. Into the corner. Here's Stockton Ashby. Straight away with Griner. Now Cade Revel. And that ball's knocked out of bounds by Steele Roberts, and will stay here. All stolen by Julian Blackman, and Blackman will lay it up and in for the first points.
And a basket, Julian Blackman for Layton.
Layton might have the most athletes on the floor at any given time, and that ball's out of bounds off of Thompson's hands. It'll be Layton ball. It was a first-round exit a year ago for Layton. Blackman outside, Steele Roberts. Back to Julian Blackman. Drive the lane, loses the handle. Try to go inside, that ball slapped away and picked up by Tanner Thompson. Thompson on the push for the Huskies. Mentioned he was a starting quarterback, a leading rusher for Hillcrest. Out to Revel, now cross court, well too tall for Thompson, and we'll go back to Layton. Up the floor with Layton. Down the lane, Blackman leading it up for Jerice Blackman, but couldn't get to it. will stay here. Jerice Blackman down the Watts up top. Julian Blackman back to Watts, who pulls for three, and that's short. Quickly on the push. Into the corner, three on the way. That was partially blocked by Watts. Got the board back up and couldn't get it to go. Briner. And the rebound taken by Julian Blackman. Blackman, nice feed inside to Jerice Blackman. Moving just a little too quick is Jerice. Just a little too antsy to get things moving. He's forcing the action. Quickly down the floor now with Eli Walsh. Cross court picked off by Jerice Blackman. Saves in the hands of Briner, and Briner lays it up and in.
Troy Briner for Hillcrest.
So Troy Briner gets Hillcrest on the board, and we're knotted up at 2 in the early goings of the first quarter. Julian Blackman off the screen. Jacoby Kemp cross court down on Watts. Watts toes up a 3. That's off the mark. Thompson with the board, now on the push. Nice crossover. Will jump it from the free throw line, and Thompson gives Hillcrest a 4-2 lead. The floor with Julian Blackman. Get up to Watts in the corner. Watts had that ball kicked out of bounds by Thompson, and will stay with the Lancers.
Now in for Hillcrest. Number 20, Cale Gould. And number 21, Vassal DeCarly.
DeCarly comes on the floor for Hillcrest, along with number 20, Kate Gould. Cale Gould, pardon me. Here's Julian Blackman. Blackman into Jerice Blackman. Left hand, no back rim. Jacoby Kemp with the board, and he's fouled. And Jacoby Kemp will go to the line to shoot 2.
Charged to number 33, Stockton Ashby, his first team foul.
And Kemp
For Layton, number 4, Jacoby Kemp.
misses the free throw.
Lancer lineup, number 21, Boston Armistead.
Armistead comes on the floor. Still Roberts will give way. Kemp missed the first, rattles out the second, and the rebound. Cleared by Hillcrest. Down the floor now to Carly. Give it up now outside to Thompson. Trying to go back out to Carly. Picked off by Julian Blackman. Got it back, and then nobody home, and we'll go back to the Layton Lancers. Back down the floor with Layton. Halfway through the first quarter, only one bucket. And it was off a steal outside to Watts. Watts leaves it to Jacoby Kemp. Kemp backs out to the corner. Straight away with Jerice Blackman. Blackman drives out to Watts. Watts again for 3, and that's still off the mark. Tipped out by Kemp, picked up by Julian Blackman. Blackman has it slapped out of his hands, but in the hands of Armistead. Armistead to the hole, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Charged to number 20, Cale Gould, his second Husky team foul at the line, 21, Boston Armistead.
Armistead hits the first. And the second. Carly. Over to Gould. Back to Carly. Armistead in with the pick. Got to get it across and out of bounds. We'll go back to Layton. Three and a half remaining in the first quarter. Into Jerice Blackman. Blackman with the left hand and gets his first points.
Basket by number 2, Jerice Blackman, assist to number 1.
6-4, now the lead for Layton, and now a foul on the press, and I believe it'll go against Julian Blackman.
Number 21.
Oh, it's on Armistead.
His first Lancer team foul.
Quickly ahead, nobody saw the lone man. Left hand blocked by Jerice Blackman. Briner couldn't get it over Blackman. on the push. Dries in the corner to Armistead. Armistead drive the base. Leave it for Kemp. Watts, now Dries. Down the lane. Blackman left hand off the bump. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul charge to number 32, Troy Briner of Hillcrest. His first is the 3rd Husky team foul.
And the foul goes on Briner.
Dries Blackman.
As Dries Blackman will shoot 2 free throws. And rolls off the first. And hits the second.
Number 10, Matt Cragen, back in for Hillcrest. Number 35, Eli Walsh.
And quickly ahead. Hard of the hole. This is Gould. Reverses out. This is Stockton Ashby. Ashby steps through the lane to the hole. Off the glass and good. Nice take and finish. Stockton Ashby. And it's 7-6 Layton. Down the floor with Blackman. Cragen back to Julian Blackman. On the angle, Cragen along the baseline with Armistead. Julian Blackman back to Cragen. Armistead in the corner, pulls for 3, and Armistead lights it up from downtown, and it's 10-6 Layton. Up the floor now to Carley. Cross court to Thompson. Thompson back to Carley. Carley got away with the travel there. Here comes Dries Blackman. Stolen from behind by Thompson off of Blackman's leg, and we should be going the other way. Yes, we are.
In for Layton, number 32, Cody Edwards.
Cody Edwards into the game for the Lancers. To Carley into the corner. To Walsh, back up to Carley. Cross to Thompson. Thompson inside out to Carley. Finds man on the backside, and that's Gould. And Gould with a layup. And pulls Hillcrest back in within 2. 10-8. Up the floor with Julian Blackman. Julian cross to Armistead in the corner to Dries Blackman. Dries crossover down the baseline. Nice find to Cragen, and Cragen is fouled on the bottom. Was swatted up top. There'll be 2 free throws.
Number 35, Eli Walsh, his first, 4th Husky team foul. At the line for Layton, number 10 is Matt Cragen.
And Cragen hits the first. Cragen got the first and hits the second. 12-8 the lead for the Lancers. Thompson now has that ball picked up by Armistead. But up the floor with Walsh, almost a backcourt. Near side 3 on the way, off the mark. Thompson goes up tall for the board, goes back up, can't finish. And rebound to the Huskies, drop it inside. Thompson kicks out. Now here's Ashby. Ashby sends out. Gould for 3, and Gould with 5 straight points for the Huskies. Inside of 40 seconds, 12-11. And 5 straight points from Cale Gould. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Julian Blackman. And the ball tipped out of bounds, and will stay here with Layton. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Cragen for 3. Off the miss, quickly down the floor. Here's Revel. He reverses out, had Tanner Thompson early, waited way too long to get the ball off to him. Here's Walsh down the boulevard. Walsh is fouled and rolls off, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 6.9 remaining in the opening quarter.
Number 32, Cody Edwards, his first, second Layton team foul. Fouled in the act of shooting, number 35, Eli Walsh shoots 2 shots.
Walsh made the first and the second. 5 seconds remaining. Here's Edwards. 3 seconds, and he's fouled by Cameron Jensen.
Charge to number 12, Cameron Jensen, his first, 5th Husky team foul.
Cross court, Cragen for 3. Off the glass, nearly went in. And at the end of one, it's Hillcrest with a 13-12 lead, surprising lead over Layton. We head to the second quarter. After this, you are watching High School Rewind's coverage of the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on live.ksl.com, DeseretNews.com, and anytime on Xfinity On Demand.
Get tournament scores by following the UHSAA on Twitter at UHSAA Info. Low-fat chocolate milk is a natural for post-exercise recovery. It has what it takes to help you replenish, rehydrate, and rebuild after strenuous exercise. And chocolate milk tastes great. Les Schwab celebrating over 60 years of earning your trust. Cars, pickups, SUVs, motorhomes. If it takes a tire, Les Schwab's got it. The West's largest selection in stock. At Les Schwab Tires, they want to earn your business. Second quarter possession arrow to Hillcrest.
Start of the second quarter, Walsh out to Gould. Gould lost the handle. And we go the other way with Layton. Outside Armistead, back up top. Now Cragen. Skip past Armistead for 3. Off the mark, rebound. We got a foul on the board. I don't know how the foul was on Edwards. He was on the inside, but a foul on Edwards. We'll go the other way with Hillcrest.
The third Layton team foul.
So back down the floor with the Huskies. Here's Revel. Revel back to Gould. Walsh in the corner. Up top, Revel. Revel drive the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound. The Camp, he couldn't hold on to it. Saved in, and it's Julian Blackman quickly ahead. Cragen along the baseline, and we're going to have a bump. And it'll be Cragen shooting 2 after the foul.
Charge to number 32, Troy Briner, his second personal, the 6th team foul. At the line for Layton, number 10, Matt Cragen, shooting 2 shots. In for Layton, number 2, Therese Blackman. For Hillcrest, number 11, Tanner Thompson. 25, Parker Wheeler. Also back in, number 33.
So it's 13 all after the free throws from Cragen. Walsh breaking the press on the dribble. Armistead meets him in midcourt. Now Julian Blackman. Blackman hits the deck. Revel now into the corner to Thompson. Cragen with him. Cragen knocks it out of bounds and will stay here.
Stays with Hillcrest.
On the turnover, quick down the floor, Julian Blackman leaves it to Dries, and Dries goes up with the left hand and throws it down over Walsh. What a dunk from Dries Blackman. Oh my. Into the corner, Thompson pulls for three, and Tanner Thompson rattles home the three. Best way to answer is to do something that gets more points, and it's Hillcrest 16-15. Julian Blackman in the lane and scores. Well, what a dunk from Dries Blackman. We know he can do that. If you followed us all season long, you know Dries Blackman, what he's capable of in the air. Julian Blackman on the steal. Blackman hits the deck. That's a scary moment. It'll be 2 free throws for Julian Blackman.
Turns to number 11, Tanner Thompson. His first, 7th team foul. At the line, number 1, Julian Blackman.
And Blackman toilet bowls the first free throw home.
Returning to the Lancer lineup, number 12, Dallin Watts.
Dallin Watts goes back in the game as Blackman buries both of his free throws. Walsh over to Thompson, back to Walsh. Ahead to Revel. Revel along the baseline. Jumper on the way and good from Parker Wheeler. Quickly down the floor now with Blackman. Jacoby Kemp. Kemp down the boulevard. Jump stop. And I think they'll have a foul on the floor. I don't think it'll be on the shot.
Foul number 25.
And it's 1-1.
His first, 8th team foul. At the line, number 4, Jacoby Kemp.
Kemp at the line to shoot 2. Apartment 1-1, he missed the front. And down the floor we go with Hillcrest. Looking to regain the lead. Revel in the corner. Back up top, now over to Thompson. Thompson terminates. And kicks it up to Stockton Ashby. Ashby, fall away shot from Walsh off the front of the iron, tipped up by Thompson, and he gets the board. Jumper along the baseline is rattled home. Parker Wheeler with 4 straight points, and it's Hillcrest 20 and Layton 19. Blackman, nice crossover, leads it out to Armistead for 3, and Armistead buries his second triple. Thought that pass originally was intended for Dries Blackman. It went through to Armistead, who buries the long-range shot down the boulevard, and there'll be a foul on the floor on the drive from Ashby. It will be inbound, I believe, to your side.
Number 4, Jacoby Kemp, his first, 4th Layton team foul. In for Hillcrest, number 20, Cale Gould.
Thompson. Inbound in the backcourt, blocked by Dries Blackman. Got numbers. Dallin Watts gives it up. Julian Blackman, heart of the hole, and finishes.
Julian Blackman for Layton.
I like the no call there. Gould was deep underneath the hoop. 24-20. Thompson has his. And sorry, was nearly stolen. Timeout taken by Hillcrest. 4:23 remaining in the second. 30-second timeout as Layton leads by 4. This is game 8 of 8 on the day, so we're a little bit loopy, and things are getting a little bit haywire. There's a reason why. Trying to remember a bunch of information, names, and where everything is. But hope you're enjoying the coverage here on live.ksl.com and on deseretnews.com. High School Rewind teaming up to bring you the coverage, and hope you're enjoying the stream with commentary. An interesting game here. Layton is a little bit sloppy to get started. Thought they would pull away from Hillcrest pretty quickly, but Hillcrest has battled their way back in and played scrappy and hanging in here at 24-20. Four-point deficit as Hillcrest enters in. Here's Walsh. Now Thompson. Thompson get called for a travel. They split the defenders pretty well, but a traveling violation will go the other way with Layton. Blackman leads in to Jacoby Kemp. Fall away, no. Rebound to Watts. Watts kicks out Jerice. Jerice pulls for three, leaves that short. Tipped out and now taken on by Walsh. Walsh tried to hand back to Ashby, knocked out of bounds by Armistead. 3:45 remaining in the first half. Cross court to Walsh. Walsh back to Gould. Now in the corner, Thompson kicks out Gould for three. Gould off the mark, tipped up by Thompson, no. Ball still loose, tracked down by Jacoby Kemp. Kemp on the push. And now we have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Layton. Kemp getting a little lost here. Layton ball on the dual possession.
Layton possession.
Mentioned Layton a little sloppy here in this ball game. Thought they'd have things put together here in the second quarter. As Blackman down the lane, can't get it to go inside the free throw line. And the rebound taken by Walsh. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Leaves it outside to Gould. Blackman was going for the steal. Now Walsh. Cross court Gould. 1-3-1 from the Lancers. Jumper from the junction off the mark. And Julian Blackman tracks it down along the baseline. Give it up to Jerice Blackman. Jerice with nifty moves down the lane and gets the call. It'll be 2 free throws for Jerice Blackman.
Charge to number 25, Parker Wheeler, his second. 9th team foul at the line for Layton. Number 2, Jerice Blackman.
And the first slips out.
In for the Huskies, number 12, Cameron Jensen.
Leaving points on the line. The Huskies here, or pardon me, the Lancers in the first half. Splits the pair. 2.5 remaining in the second quarter. 25-20, Layton leads. Goes to near side to Carly. They'll drive, dish out. Ashby will pull for long range two, and Ashby knocks it down.
2 points, number 33, Stockton Ashby.
Ashby now with 4. 25-22 Layton. 2:05 remaining in the half. Blackman kicks up to Watts, terminates. Blackman cross court, Armistead. Armistead on the drive, terminates, and that ball slapped out, and I'll drop it in to Jerice Blackman. Pirouette, left hand off the glass, and Jerice Blackman with 8 points here in the first half. Ball stolen by Julian Blackman. Blackman on the push. In the corner, Armistead for 3. Off the side of the backboard. Rebound, Jerice Blackman, and Blackman now enters double digits. (29-22). Hard to the hole, and Takarli fouled. There'll be 2 free throws for Takarli.
Foul charge to number 4, Jacoby Kemp of Layton, his second foul. It's the 5th team foul. At the line for Hillcrest, number 21, Basil Takarli.
And Takarli hits the free throws. 29-24. And there's a steal. Back down the floor with Walsh. 25 seconds remaining. Here's to Carly. He'll drive the lane, kick back out to Walsh. Walsh has that one slapped away by Julian Blackman. And that's a 16 foul on Layton.
Sixth Lancer team foul.
.35 seconds remaining. Course, cross court to Walsh in the corner, back up top Walsh. Here's to Carly. Carly will back it out. Final shot probably from the Huskies. No, Walsh going to drive the lane. Blocked. Ball still loose. Walsh with the save, leaves it back. Floater up, no. Tipped up, and rebound cleared by Julian Blackman with 10 seconds. And now a foul in the backcourt on Cameron Jensen. Will be 2 free throws for Julian Blackman on the other end.
Cameron Jensen is second. It's the 10th team foul. Puts Layton into the double bonus at the line to shoot 2, number 1, Julian Blackman. In for the Huskies, number 24.
Blackman missed the first. And the free throw good from Blackman now. Has 9 first half points. Clean on the floor now to Carly with 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Over to Thompson, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Got 1, he got to get it off, does. And it's off the backboard. And at the end of the half, it's the Lancers 30 and the Hillcrest Huskies 24. As we head to the halftime break, you are watching the High School Rewind's coverage of the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on live.ksl.com, on DeseretNews.com, and anytime on Xfinity On Demand. To see our top 5 plays from day 1, follow us on Twitter at HS Rewind. Again, that's HS Rewind on Twitter, as we'll be releasing our top 5 plays from today's action.
They will be performing their competition military. Third quarter possession belongs to Hillcrest. That's the Hillcrest Pep Band.
Start of the third quarter, and we'll start with the Hillcrest Huskies hanging in this ball game here. And a game that really was expected that Layton would run away, and the turnover on the opening possession, and we'll go to Layton Lancers.
In for Hillcrest, number 20, Cale Gould.
Up the floor now with Julian Blackman. Wrap around to Jacoby Kemp. Kemp's pass tip, but I guess it's still Roberts. Back inside, Blackman goes, or pardon me, to Kemp. He couldn't finish. Gets his own board, and it's blocked. We're going to have a foul on the putback. It'll be Kemp shooting 2 free throws.
32, Troy Briner, his third.
Foul on Troy Briner.
Second half team foul. At the line, number 4, Jacoby Kemp.
And Kemp back rims the first. Scoreless in the first half. Jacoby Kemp. As he hit the second. Up the floor now with the Hillcrest Huskies. Walsh inside out, 3 on the way from Ashby, and Stockton Ashby from downtown. Been a while since Hillcrest has been a force in the state tournament. Down the lane, and beautiful take and finish by Julian Blackman. Now has 11 points and is the leading scorer in the ball game. But yeah, the 2005-2006 Huskies, led by Coach Brad Tingy, with Donnie Lau, with Phillips, and Jason Brimley. And the out of bounds will stay here.
Is number 24, Cade Rebel.
And Cole Heights, and they had a bunch of players, really, really good. Got to the, I believe, the second round, got to the quarterfinals. Played really, really well. And then the next year, you had Lau and Brimley as a nice take and finish by Troy Briner. And Briner can pull Hillcrest within 3.
His third, first team foul. At the line, number 32, Troy Briner. In for Layton, number 32, Cody Edwards.
So Kemp will go to the bench with his third personal foul. Briner at the line for the +1. And the next year you had Lau and Brimley made a nice little run as well. So been a little while. So that was 2006-2007 season. But really hanging in here, 33-30. Try to get inside to Edwards. That's off of Edwards. He couldn't save it in, and we'll go the other way with Hillcrest. And at the moment, just like Layton somewhat moonwalking through this game. Into the corner, Tanner Thompson. Try to get that ball inside, picked off by Edwards. Edwards hands off to Blackman. Give it up to Jurice Blackman. Nice find to steal Roberts. And Roberts lays it up and in. Beautiful work on the fast break. And it's back to a 5-point lead, 35-30. Gould cross court to Ashby. Ashby, oh, nice find inside to Thompson. And Thompson lays it up and in. Beautiful find from Ashby. Rifled that one in there. Living up to his given name is Stockton. Watts. And now Blackman. Julian inside to Jurice. Kicks out, Watts. Oh, nice find inside to Edwards. Blocked from behind. But coming from behind to get the big block was Troy Briner. And will stay underneath with Layton. Armistead comes in for Dallin Watts.
And for Hillcrest, number 25, Parker Wheeler.
Steele Roberts inbounds in to Dries Blackman. Steps inside the arc. Cross court, Steele Roberts. Roberts steps back and now finds Armistead. Nice find inside Edwards, and Edwards puts it up and in. Edwards had an outstanding game on Tuesday against Davis. One of the bright spots in that ball game for the Lancers. Nice find inside. Adjusting his shot, unable to finish. And the offensive board out, and the 3-ball would not fall for Revel. They quickly down the floor. Edwards outside to Blackman. Steele Roberts was wide open in the corner. Coach Kelby Miller was even waving, trying to get the ball over there. Blackman had the ball slapped out of his hands, tried to tip it to his own man, back down the floor. Revel will draw the block on Blackman. That'd now be the first personal foul on Dries Blackman. And timeout taken by Hillcrest, a 30-second timeout with 4:35 remaining in the third quarter. Layton 37, Hillcrest 32. I want to remind you at the close of this game, we're going to select the Nudge Player of the game. you want to hit us up on Twitter, give us your thoughts at HS Rewind. Who you think would be deserving of the Nudge Player of the Game thus far? With over 500 employees, Nudge is one of the fastest growing companies in Utah Valley. To learn more about Nudge and their community outreach programs, go to www.nudge.com. You also click on the blogs link and read up on our past players of the game for both basketball and football. Ashby triggers in to Thompson. Thompson will pull for three and back rim. Rebound is still loose. Blackman gets it out to Edwards, and he was trying to get the steal. Roberts. Julian Blackman wanted to leave it behind. He had some intentions on that dunk as Blackman with the steal. Hands off to Julian Blackman. Down the floor now with the Lancers. Blackman off the screen of Edwards. Give it up Armistead. Back up top, Armistead off the screen of Edwards. Edwards straight away, give it up to Steele Roberts, drop it to Jerice Blackman, working along the baseline, stepped out of bounds, and we'll go the other way.
Substitution for the Huskies, number 21, Basil Takarli.
So after the turnover, down the floor we go with Hillcrest. Cross court, Ashby in the corner, Revel. Revel down the baseline, floated up and score it. Cade Revel. First bucket of the game for Revel. Could come at a better time. 37-34, 3.5 remaining in the third. Blackman, crossover down the lane, hard to the hole, left hand. He's fouled. Will go to the line to shoot two.
Number 21, Basil Takarli, his first. Second team foul. At the line, number 1, Julian Blackman. In for Layton, number 10, Matt Cragen. For Hillcrest, number 35, Eli Walsh.
First was off, second one rattles out as well. Jerice Blackman with the board, gets it into Edwards. Send out Armistead. Now up top, the Julian Blackman. And Jerice thought he'd get the foul call, didn't. Now on the push with Ashby. Ashby down the lane, inside, and bucket.
Basket by number 25, Cade Parker. Assist.
Parker lays it up and in. And just like that, a one-point ball game. Parker Wheeler, pardon me. Down the lane, Armistead, and crawls off. And shoot two.
Number 35, Eli Walsh, his second. Third Husky team foul. At the line for two shots, number 21, Boston Armistead.
And Armistead hits the first. Got the first. And hits the second. Good shooting night for Armistead. Gets him in the double digits. 10 points on the night. Revel dribbles up all off his leg and will stay with Layton. (39-36) Layton. Cragen up top with Edwards. Drop it in. Jerice Blackman, and Blackman has a finish, but it was a foul on the floor first.
Foul on number 11.
And it'll be a foul on the floor. Inbound along the baseline.
His second personal foul.
Fourth team foul on the Huskies.
Layton ball on the baseline.
Lob in to Blackman. Into the corner, Edwards. Edwards, send up top, Blackman. Jerice tries to drive the lane, has it slapped away, now in the hands of the Huskies. Quickly down the floor, and Julian Blackman didn't get the foul as Eli Walsh was driving down the lane, and he crossed him off. It'll be inbound near side.
Foul on number 1, Julian Blackman, his second.
Second personal foul on Julian. Third team foul on the Lancers. 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Walsh. Walsh drop it inside. Wheeler kicks it out. Walsh for three off the backboard. Rebound to Blackman. Here comes Jerice. Off to Cragen. Up top, Armistead. Straight away, Edwards. Now Cragen, who pulls for three off the mark. Rebound, Walsh. Missed opportunities for the Lancers to extend their lead. Get on the floor. Here's Revel. Transition three, front rim. Rebound to Thompson. Thompson in the corner. Ashby to the bucket. And he's fouled. There'll be 2 free throws cut away of Stockton Ashby.
Number 21, Boston Armistead. His second, 4th team foul. At the line, number 33, Stockton Ashby. In for the Huskies, number 12, Cameron Jensen.
And both free throws good from Armistead. Or pardon me, from Ashby. Now Armistead. Off the screen. He's hanging on. Somebody got to come get the ball. Here's Edwards. Edwards drive the lane. Blocked from behind and will stay here with the Lancers. Walsh, I believe, with the block. Nice find. Cragen couldn't get to finish. Walsh with the board. 1:05 remaining. The Hillcrest Huskies can take the lead. Cross court, 1 minute remaining now in the third. Here's Walsh. Step into a three. Back in the board. He bakes it in. Throws up a prayer and it's answered. Thought he might get a 4-point play. Walsh knocks down the three and it's a 2-point lead for the Huskies. And Blackman comes down the floor. And Julian Blackman with 13 points. 30 seconds remaining in the third. Walsh, cross court, Ashby, wanting one shot. Down to 20 seconds. Sends back cross court to Ashby. Julian Blackman up top of the 1-3-1. Ashby with the blow-by. Has that ball picked off by Edwards. Quickly head to Jerice Blackman. Jerice is fouled, and that will be the 15th team foul on the Huskies with 4.9 remaining.
Foul charge number 12, Cameron Jensen. His third, 5th Hillcrest team foul.
Armistead try to lob in to Jerice Blackman, and try to lob it high-low. Cragen, and it's out of bounds, and we'll go the other way with Hillcrest. 1.7 remaining. Revel the inbound, gets it into Ashby. Ashby trying to get a shot at it. This will count if it goes, and it's short. At the end of three, a surprising score. Layton 41, Hillcrest 41. We head to the 4th and final frame on the 8th game of the opening day of the 5A state tournament. Tied up at 41. You are watching the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament presented by High School Rewind on live.ksl.com, on DeseretNews.com, and on anytime on Xfinity On Demand.
It includes service, selection, quality, and value. This is why dollar for dollar, tire for tire, Les Schwab is the tire store you can trust. Check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about prep sports online at DeseretNews.com. Deseret News, now you know. Tonight's game is being streamed live online and will be available for replay at any time at live.ksl.com. Visit rptonline.com. Advanced personalized care to get you back to work and play fast. We've got 8 minutes left. It's 41-41. One team will advance. Will it be Hillcrest? Will it be Layton? Who's going to get loud in the crowd?
Start of the fourth quarter. All tied up at 41. It'll be Layton ball. Julian Blackman off the screen. Lob up to Jerice Blackman. He couldn't get it. Rebound to Edwards. And we have a technical foul on Jerice Blackman as he had gone up to try to dunk it. Hung on the rim for a moment. And it's a technical foul on Jerice Blackman. Coach Miller saying he had two players underneath him and he had to decide what he was going to do. But nonetheless, technical foul. And 2 free throws on the other end for Hillcrest. That's also a personal foul on Jerice Blackman. It'll be number second. It'll be his second personal foul. And the 15th foul on Layton. Back rim for Walsh. One more for Walsh, and he gets the second. Everything going against Layton. They have not played their sharpest game, and now the technical foul to start the fourth quarter. 42-41 after Walsh split the free throws, and it's Hillcrest ball. Walsh down the lane, now fouled by Armistead. We're going to have a lot of touch fouls here in the fourth quarter. We're going to be shooting free throws for the remainder of the fourth.
Boston Armistead, his third, 6th Layton team foul.
And a bucket.
Troy Briner for Hillcrest.
Briner, number 32, 44-41. Julian Blackman down the boulevard and floats it up and scores it. Timeout, Coach Kelby Miller takes a full timeout. 7:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll take it with them. Hillcrest 44, Layton 43. After the timeout from Coach Kelby Miller. 1 point lead for Hillcrest. Up the floor we go with the Huskies. Walsh reverses out. Now up top, near side with Ashby. Stockton Ashby inside to Thompson, stopped out of bounds, or stopped away by Watts. Thompson falling out of bounds, and Ashby now with it. Jerice Blackman with him. Ashby sends out to Walsh. Ashby hands back to Thompson off his hands. Turnover, and we'll go with Layton. So after the turnover, down the floor with Layton looking to take the lead back. 44-43. Drop inside, nobody home with Edwards. And Edwards lays it up and in for the easy two. And it's Layton 45, Hillcrest 44. Down the floor with Walsh. Oh, nice move. Thompson, Julian Blackman's there, Jerice there to clean up the rebound. Thought there might be a foul on the play. Down the floor, Julian Blackman. Nice find inside to Edwards. Edwards floated up, no. Rebound to Jerice Blackman. And he'll send out, and the ball's tipped away by Thompson. Thompson tracks it down. Watts on his hip. Thompson adjusts it, can't get the shot. Ball still loose, and now we'll have dual possession. Possession arrow belongs to Hillcrest. Still stunned that Thompson missed that layup. Had a little pressure there from Watts. But Hillcrest still with a chance to take the lead, 45-44. Into Walsh, jumper along the baseline. Nothing but net. Walsh now with 8. 46-45, Hillcrest after the bucket. Down the floor, Julian Blackman. Off the screen, Edwards widens out. Long range 2 off the mark, Edwards with the board. Lost the handle, Ashby took it from him, and then a quick whistle on Edwards. And it'll be 1-on-1 free throws, at least it should be. That's number 7. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws for Stockton Ashby.
Shooting 1-on-1 for the Huskies, number 33, Stockton Ashby.
And Ashby hits the front end. Ashby at the front end. And both. 11 points on the day. It's a 3-point lead for Hillcrest. 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. A long way to go in this one. Cragen, cross court to Watts. Watts reverses out up top to Julian Blackman. Now Cragen. There's Julian, sends out to Cragen. 4-3 in the tie, leaves it short. Rebound to Walsh. Here comes Thompson. Thompson on the push. Into the corner. Now up top with Walsh. Jumper is good from Walsh off the backboard. Largest lead for Hillcrest, 50-45. Blackman sends out Watts, 4-3. Dallin Watts from downtown. No better time to get Watts to knock down a triple than right there. Timeout, Coach Kelby Miller, 50-48. Hillcrest leads Layton with 4:42 remaining. A full timeout, we'll take it with them. You are watching the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament presented by High School Rewind on live.ksl.com, DeseretNews.com, and anytime on Xfinity On Demand. After the timeout, Hillcrest looking to build on their 2-point lead. Down the floor with Walsh. High post now, Thompson on the backside. Thompson swatted away by Julian Blackman. On the push with Jerice, and he slows it up, gives it up to Julian. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Trailing by 2. That ball stolen away. Walsh tipped it, now has it. Walsh with Blackman on his hip, lays it up and in. Walsh has made play after play after play in the second half. Pardon me. Up top of Blackman. Off the screen. Drop it in, Blackman. And Jerice is fouled, and they'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Charged to number 32, Troy Briner, his 6th team foul. At the line, Jerice Blackman for Layton.
Jerice Blackman at the line for Layton and hits the first. Already reminded, follow us on Twitter to see tonight's top 5 plays. Blackman made the first and now makes the second. 12 points, his first points of the second half. 52-50, Hillcrest leads. Trapped outside, cross court to Thompson. Thompson down the lane, sends it back out. Walsh for three. It's online, and it's too strong. Rebound to Blackman. Blackman in the corner. Three on the way. Short, tipped up by Dries Blackman, but couldn't get it to go. Quickly on the move. Walsh ahead. The layup up and in. Troy Briner. Back to a 4-point, or up to a 4-point lead, 54-50. Watts again for three, leaves that one short. It goes for the own rebound in the hands of Edwards, gonna finish. Oh, what a putback dunk by Dries Blackman. Came soaring down the lane and put the layup away. Tipped away in the hands of Dries Blackman. He's got Watts ahead. Blackman around the defender and call for traveling. Caught him, he was between trying to pass it and get around the defender, took an extra step, and timeout taken by Hillcrest. 2:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. Hillcrest 54, Layton 52, off the big dunk from Dries Blackman. Want to remind you to follow us on Twitter at HS Rewind on Twitter. We will send out our top 5 plays from today's games. We have 8 games today, 8 games tomorrow. We'll tweet out top 5 plays at the end of every day. And today we've had plenty. Blackman supplied 2 in this one. But again, it's Hillcrest 54, Layton 52, 2:43 remaining in the fourth. We'll step aside during the full timeout. Two minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter and a 2-point lead for Hillcrest. Looking for the big upset against Layton. The seeds don't say that's a big upset, but it certainly is. Layton could have been the 1 seed and was in the top 5 most of the season. Thompson sends back to Ashby. Ashby kicks out to Walsh. Walsh has made all the big plays down the stretch. Walsh to the hole, back rim, tipped out and into the hands of Ashby. Briner with the big play. And that ball picked off by Dries Blackman. And back down the floor with Layton with a chance to tie or take the lead. Blackman over to Armistead. And Armistead now cross court, Julian Blackman. And Blackman will rotate to the top and set up the offense for Layton. The trap comes, picked off the pass, but he got it back in his hands. In the corner, thought about 3 and wisely held on. Cross court Armistead. And Armistead now to Julian Blackman. Edwards back to Armistead. 4-3. Armistead from downtown. Boston Armistead gives Layton a 55-54 lead. 1:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. His third 3 of the ball game, 11 points. Oh, it's steal by Dries Blackman. Blackman going the other way. Gould on his hip and a foul. It'll either be 1-1 or 2 shots. We'll see if they call it on the floor. 1-1.
At the line, shooting 1-1. Dries Blackman.
Dries Blackman at the line. Hits the first.
In for Hillcrest, number 24, Cade Rebel. For Layton, number 12, Dallin Watts.
Blackman hit the first. And rattles home the second. Now a 3-point lead for Layton. 57-54. Can Hillcrest still hang around? Up the floor with Walsh. Walsh, Revel, Thompson, Ashby, and Briner on the floor for Hillcrest. Up top with Revel. Revel, high post to Welch. Thompson for three, and it goes in and out. That ball was halfway down. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Julian Blackman racing up the floor, and now bumped by Thompson. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws for Julian Blackman. That three from Thompson was 3/4 of the way down and somehow found its way out of the bucket. And now Blackman looking to distance. Layton away from the Huskies. And hits the front end. $16 points on the night for Julian Blackman. And stays on 16, and Edwards called for the foul on the rebound. And it'll be free throws on the other end for Ashby.
His fourth personal, the 8th team foul.
It's a big call on Edwards because they would have forced Hillcrest to have to run offense. Now they can score without the clock moving. First free throw. In and out, rebound taken by Jerice Blackman. Hands off to Julian. 4-point game. Remember, they have to foul. Got to find someone to foul. Drop it in to Watts. Watts will reverse out. Layton does not have to put the ball in the air as they kick out to Armistead. Now Julian Blackman. And Blackman fouled by Thompson. That'll be his fourth personal foul. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws. Pardon me, now we're in the double bonus. Quick on the draw on the board. It's 1-on-1. And Blackman hits the first. And hits them both. 60-54. Timeout, Coach Kelby Miller. 41.7 seconds remaining. Layton 60, Hillcrest 54. Want to remind you once again, we're going to be tweeting out our top 5 plays from today's action. That Jerice Blackman putback dunk, given the time and place and what he did, that could be number 1. But that'll all be left up to our editor, Vince Francis, or to you if you want to tweet us at HS Rewind and give us your feedback. Can you sway Vince from making a colossal mistake on the opening day of the state tournament and picking something that should not be the number 1 top play from the first round of the 5A state tournament? Again, follow us at HS Rewind on Twitter. Want to remind you also, at the conclusion of this game, we're 41.7 seconds of game time away from selecting our Nudge Player of the Game. We want to thank Nudge for being our Player of the Game sponsor, both for football and basketball. Been an outstanding partnership, do outstanding work. One of the fastest growing companies in Utah Valley. To learn more about Nudge, go to www.nudge.com. Also click on the blog page and read up on our players of the game from the past few weeks.
Please take any garbage in your area and put it in a dumpster.
40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Up the floor with Walsh. Here's Revel. Revel back to Walsh. Straight away, Ashby can't get a shot off. There it goes. And back rimmed and a rebound to Cody Edwards. He hands off to Julian Blackman. Blackman's foul by Ashby. And the upset is coming to an end. It looked like Hillcrest might win this ball game up by 5 late. But the Layton Lancers surge back, take the lead, and now look to distance themselves. And what could have been a major upset here in the state tournament, the first round. Blackman misses the front end. Blackman hits the second. 61-54, the lead for the Layton Lancers. Quick up the floor, Gould, and he tips it out. Ashby in the corner to Thompson. Thompson will drive the baseline, reverse it up, and no. Rebound still loose, and it's Julian Blackman coming away with it. 9 seconds, and he'll bring it in the front court, and Layton able to stave off a major upset from Hillcrest, and nothing but respect for the Hillcrest Huskies and what they did tonight. They took Layton, one of the top teams in 5A, to the absolute brink. Had them on the ropes, but Layton, powered by a Jerice Blackman put-back dunk off a missed layup. The Layton Lancers put the game together and come back to get the win, 61-54. Congratulations to Hillcrest on a good season, an absolute great run there in this ball game against Layton. Just couldn't quite pull off the upset. Again, our final score, Layton 61, Hillcrest 54. Stay tuned for our post-game wrap-up and our Nudge Player of the Game selection.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to both Layton and Hillcrest on an outstanding basketball season. Hillcrest fans, Hillcrest student fans, if you would exit to your left, Layton to the right as you exit.
And welcome back to the D Event Center. Again, our final score, Layton 61 and Hillcrest 54, and a terrific game. Hillcrest, I thought at one point was really going to pull off this upset. It was going to be about what Layton did not do here in our post-game wrap-up. But what they did do is finish this ball game. They did not play well for the first, 3 quarters and almost 6 minutes of this game, but it was down the stretch making the plays. Jerice Blackman, the biggest play of this game was Jerice. If you're picking a play of the game, Jerice Blackman getting that put-back dunk really sparked Layton, got things going, really rattled Hillcrest down the stretch and able to make plays. But our Nudge Player of the Game is going to go to Julian Blackman. Julian was a steady force in this game throughout the game as Jerice is still trying to find himself. He was a little choppy tonight, but Julian was a steady force, hitting big buckets after big buckets from Hillcrest with answers, and did a nice job of driving the lane. I thought he controlled the game very well at the point for Layton tonight, but he is our Nudge Player of the Game with 19 points on the evening. Jerice Blackman finished the night with 16, and for Hillcrest, tell you what, talk about a bunch of kids with upsets on their mind. Stockton Ashby played well, Walsh played well, Thompson had that three. That ball was 3/4 away down the hoop and somehow kicked out. Would have tied us up at 57, and maybe we're having a different conversation, but the ball just would not stay down. And Briner played very well as well. So a lot of things to be proud of if you are the Hillcrest Huskies, but a tough night as they fall in a game which they led most of the second half to Layton. Again, our final score, the Layton Lancers 61, Hillcrest Huskies 54. Our Nudge Player of the Game, Julian Blackman. With over 500 employees, Nudge is one of the fastest growing companies in Utah Valley. To learn more about Nudge and their community outreach programs, go to www.nudge.com. Again, we want to thank you for joining us and hope you'll continue to follow us here on our High School Rewind's coverage of the 2015 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on live.ksl.com, DeseretNews.com, and anytime at Xfinity On Demand. For Vince Francis, Thompson Coles, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and hope you can enjoy our coverage going forward.